Hello and welcome to the series where I am not as consistent as I wish I were. I was supposed to make a video last week, but I didn't. I'm sorry. I should make videos when I say I do, but I don't sometimes. Hi though. Hi. Yeah, a lot has happened since the last video I made, so the big thing is that I finished my final project and I'm done. Like, completely done. Nothing else left for me to do. And that's kind of a big deal. I um I I'm graduated. I still have to do the ceremony in a bit, but like all the big things are done. So that's it's really cool, I guess. I don't know, 'cause it's weird. It's weird. Um I don't know if you've ever been graduated before, but it's kind of like taking a big old book, like a really long book that you got very engaged in for a long time. You know, maybe it's one of the big Brandon Sanderson books that's like a dictionary size, and you reach the end. And not even that, it's like you got to the end of the whole series, and you know there's not gonna be any more books. It's done. Um, the author is dead, so he can't write anymore. Or maybe he's not dead. Maybe it's just, it is what it is. And yeah, it's weird. I don't know what to think yet. I feel like maybe I expressed some of my kind of mixed emotions in my last video. Um, it's still mixed. It's still very confusing, very uncertain. And I've been done for about a week and a half. Actually, just one full week now that I think about it. Just a full week, and I have had no idea how to spend my time. I have things that I have done with my time, but it doesn't feel useful. I haven't really done that much that's been useful. And yeah, so now I kind of look and I'm like, okay, I'm free. I have the freedom to do pretty much anything I want. But what does that look like? How do I use that time? And so I've looked at creative projects. I have these films I'm going to try and make over the summer with my friend, and so maybe I can do a little work on those. I did go with him out to a filming location to look it over and see if it would work, and you can hear the air from my vent behind me. I'm not going to move that actually. It's fine. It sounds great. You know, ugh, oh, man. Um, so I've done that. I've also just spent time brainstorming things, brainstorming some other filming projects that I want to make, and working on various random projects. Like right there in my closet, if you look, you'll see a large blue vest of some kind that's part of a suit of armor I'm trying to make for a costume. Um, I've thought about working on my novel that I want to make, but I haven't worked on that. I just haven't. That's all I can really say. And there's other stuff as well. And so I look at this and I'm like, wow, am I doing something wrong? Like, am I doing something wrong? Should I be doing anything differently? And I don't know. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe there are ways I can change. Maybe there just aren't. And I don't really know what to think. I don't know. I've never been in a spot like this before. I, gee, what do you do when you don't really have anything to do? Even searching for a job, I don't need to search for a job because well, I've got one lined up for fall, and so I can prepare for that, sure, but that's kind of it. So I'm just in this in between space. I know I realize like it's it's really not something I should be concerned about because it's a temporary period of time, and then once we get into the summer, I'm going to be really busy with so many different things. Um, yeah, so many different things. I'm going to be trying to write a book. I'm going to be trying to get fit. I'm going to be trying to raise a lot of money for my job in the fall. Um, I'm going to be trying to make some films and then even more beyond that. So it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. Um, and so maybe I should just wait. And I think that idea of patience that's been on my mind a lot. We can't always guarantee that we can't always know that the effort we put into things is going to make them happen faster. It's entirely possible we can put a ton of work into something and then we it doesn't make it happen any sooner. You know? I mean, it's true for me. I can do all the prep I want to to get ready for this fundraising, but I have to wait for the training, you know? Training's happening in about a week and a half, and I have to do that before I can really get started. So there's only so much I can do. Or even something like exercise. I think a lot like, oh yeah, I just want to do a bunch of exercise and then I'll get fit faster, but not really. With exercise, you kind of have to slow down and let your body do a lot of the work. And it's not really possible to get past that. That's just how it is. So, yeah, I think it's good to wait. Sometimes it's good to to just let things happen and not worry too much about what you should be doing. And there are also good periods just to rest, you know? We need time to rest. I just graduated from school. 5 years of university, 12 grades of school. Maybe I deserve a rest, you know? Maybe that's not so bad. Maybe that's fine. And so, yeah, maybe it's okay that I'm not using all my time as well as I could. Maybe it's okay that I wake up at 9 a.m. and don't actually get anything done until 1:30, which is what time it is right now, and this is the first productive thing I've done all day. Maybe it's okay that I spend all my time working on things that probably aren't really that useful. I mean, the suit of armor is a Halloween costume. Like, that's not exactly practical, but maybe that's fine, you know? Maybe this is a season where I can just focus on that, and there will be a season to work on more practical things. It's just not here yet. So yeah, I don't know how relatable that is for you guys. I mean, if you're in university, you're probably nearing the end of exam break, so you're probably starting to think, what am I going to do after this? Maybe some of you guys have things you'll be doing all summer. You'll be really busy, working two jobs and doing whatever it takes to get through university, because it is tough to get you through university. It takes a lot. It takes a lot. But maybe there will come a time just to rest. University, it takes a lot from you. It takes a lot to get through. But you shouldn't put in more effort than is required. Once you get the grade you need, your extra effort isn't gonna make much of a difference. it's not going to make you graduate faster. I mean, maybe it can. Maybe if you take an extra course, you can take a year off. But then, well, there are costs to that as well, you know? You don't learn as much when you try to compact things together and do more in your time. You degrade things as a result. So even in your attempts to be more productive, something is lost. So slowing down is not a bad idea. Give things time to breathe. Actually try to truly learn the content, not just study it for the test, but learn it. Because it could be useful someday, you don't know that. Or it could be useless as well, but there's no harm in knowing things. So, yeah. I think some of the most impactful moments from my program were when I did take the time to learn things, when I took my philosophy course and learned critical thinking and actually put a lot of it to heart. I felt that I understood what was being taught, and that was really powerful because that knowledge felt useful. I'm glad I learned those things. And I'm glad that I put effort in. I'm not saying don't put effort in. The most rewarding classes were the ones where I tried to learn. And so if you take extra time to learn things, you know, if you take your time and use that to better understand concepts, that's a good thing. It's good to put work into something because it makes it more rewarding, especially if you get a good mark for it or recognition or whatever it is. But also there's a balance. I'm not saying do the minimum required effort. Do a good amount of effort, you know, an effort that makes you proud, but don't overdo it. Because even if you get those awards, that's not everything. It's not about what people think of your work. Okay, practically sometimes it matters, right? Sometimes those awards help, you know, sometimes there's money attached to those things, so that's great, but you shouldn't be chasing them for their sake. That's not what matters. Yeah, so I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know if it's clear or not, but I kind of just talk and see what comes out. And most of the time it's interesting stuff. Like I thought, you know, some of this was kind of interesting. My own opinions. I'm learning what I think about things. Kind of cool. But yeah, that's all the yapping I have for today. I'm kind of tired. Like not tired in the sense of like didn't get enough sleep. More the tired of like what is going on? Where am I? I have no schedule. I have no obligations. I don't know where I am right now. I'm just going forward, like walking blindly into Lord knows where. Um, yeah, but anyway, those are all the thoughts. Okay, that's all I have to say. So thank you for listening. Thank you for your support. I appreciate it. More videos to follow. Hopefully, I'll be more consistent in the future. And thank you. I'll see you around.